Hi everyone! In this video, we're going to learn the simple past of verb to be. So, grab a notebook and a pen and let's get started. Look at this picture here. Of course, many of you, if not all of you, know this person. Yes, this is Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was born in England on April 16, 1889. His parents were not teachers. They were music hall entertainers. During the period of silent comedy, Charlie Chaplin was one of the most famous stars in the history of film industry. He was often called the funniest man in the world. He was not just an actor, he was also the director of nearly all his films. And he was the music composer of all his sound pictures. Now, let me check your comprehension. 1. Charlie Chaplin was born in America. Is this statement true or false? Justify. It's false. Charlie Chaplin was English. He was born in England. 2. His parents were teachers. False. His parents were not teachers. They were music hall entertainers. 3. Charlie Chaplin was very famous. That's true. Charlie Chaplin was very famous. He was one of the most famous stars in the history of film industry. Charlie Chaplin was not born in America. 2. His parents were not teachers. They were music hall entertainers. 3. He was very famous. The past tense of verb to be in English has two forms, was and were. Was for singular, were for plural. Of course, when learning any tense, we should know the three forms, the affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. Affirmative form or positive form. I was cold. You were tired. He was in the garden. She was late. It was sunny. We were on holiday. They were hungry. And since we're talking about the past, we can use expressions of time like yesterday, last time, last week, in the morning. And to make the negative with be, just add not. I was not cold. You were not tired. He was not in the garden. She was not late. It was not sunny. We were not on holiday. They were not hungry. Remember, wasn't is the short form of was not. You can either say, I was not tired or I wasn't tired. Weren't is the short form of were not. You can say either you were not at home or you weren't at home yesterday. Interrogative form. To make a question, just like the present simple, we change the position of was and were and the subject. Here are the simple past yes/no questions with be. Was I tired yesterday? Were you at home yesterday? Was he at the cinema last night? Was she kind? Were we hungry last night? Were they at work yesterday? Were you tired in the morning? And the WH questions would be, The question word just goes at the beginning. Everything else is the same. So WH questions would be, why was I tired last night? Where were you last week? When was he at the cinema? How was she? How was he? Or how was it? Why were we hungry last night? When were they at work? Let's have some practice. Now, you might want to pause the video so that you can do the exercise and then check your answers. The answers are, I was happy yesterday. My sister was tired last night. They were at school on Monday. It was sunny last week. Ahmed and I were excited last night. Now, fill in the blanks with the verb to be in the simple past. Now, the correct answers are, when were you born? I was born in 1889. What was your occupation? I was a filmmaker. Who were your parents? My father was Charles Chaplin and my mother was Hannah Hill. Were they teachers? No, they weren't. They were